Hello, everyone. This is Lorelei Fenton coming to you. I'm coming to you. I'm your new roving Ancient Awakenings reporter. And just so you know, in my private life, I am a transformational personal growth coach, which basically means big personal growth real quick. And I'm coming to you live as I possibly can. And I'm going to start today with breaking news with Cobra. On May 10th, the Cobra entry and the May 14th update has told us it was entitled Entry Protocols, and Cobra was basically giving instructions for a very few select human beings, about 200 or so, that might be approached by the light forces to become part of the resistance working with the Agarthans. That sounds pretty cool, huh? I did see some of the response to that, and other people who are seemingly in the know in our movement were claiming that this was all a hoax in order to rook light workers, so to speak, into being taken by the cabal and then compromised. Now we have the hot news from one who serves, channeled live, that no, Cobra has not been compromised. And he tells us, as he always tells us, to look within and ask our own higher self. Now, my higher self and I say the cabal would never advise us to look within because we would likely get an answer that they wouldn't want. So that's one clue right there. You know when you're working with the cabal or when you're working with the light forces. Now, also, one who serves often says, we have to rely on our own ability to discriminate. And also coming from my higher self and I is the following idea. The beings in this post were described as emanating a very positive energy. That can't be faked. You either got that or you don't. So it is best to look within to see how the person's energy feels. Now, Cobra says the individual would ask us if we were willing to enter the resistance and then walk away and not come back if we said no. That is also not the cabal way. The cabal way is coercion, guilt, manipulation, fear-mongering, and if everything else fails, then it's kidnapping, right? So again, look inside, discriminate. If you've got that shining light coming out of that person, you know you're good to go. We should say, too, that the cabal may have a plan and a hope to kind of mimic the resistance for a nasty kind of purpose, but if we discriminate and if we protect ourselves, we can't fall victim to that. So how does one who serves often say we can best protect ourselves? Keep your vibrations up and fill yourselves with light. We hear that over and over again. And how does one who serves say we put ourselves at risk? By falling victim to the fear-based thinking and letting our vibrations drop. So the thing is, those who spread this fear-based Cobra rumor may have good intentions, but possibly, and this is just possible, they may have a lower vibration and a weaker connection to their own higher self. So they may not be getting the message correctly. So up with those vibrations. Woo! I'm also going to post as an addendum to this my own free and easy tips to feel good on a dime. These are the things I give out to the people I coach. So you're going to get that. I'll post that as well. So now to move on, I want to backtrack a bit to important news from our blog Talk Radio, which happened on April 2nd. This was a really important channeling, so we wanted to give you some of the highlights. So Lord Ashtar came through for us. And who is Lord Ashtar? He's actually the commander of the Galactic Federation. Remember your Star Trek and the Federation? Well, much of this coming to us was not necessarily made up in our movies and so forth. So here's what Ashtar said. Let go of past programming. Get rid of it for good. And by the way, our particular group, has something which was brought to us called the Surrendering Protocol. It's in the library. And this is to help in that, the letting go of the past. And it's very, very powerful. So Ashtar already also said the ships are in the final stages and prepared to move. All right, come on. We are in the moment prior to it all happening, at least on April 2nd. Now, we were told that Pleiadians are our primary contacts when the ships come, and I hear they're a very central race, so yeehaw on that. I can joke like that because this is all about the love, the light, the fun, the play, and the ease, right? Remember, time does not exist for the people in the higher realms, so we have no idea how long a moment actually is. Now, but we were told that we're going to see more and more ships and have more and more contacts. And also some hot breaking news. If you want to see sightings or have contacts, you have to ask. Remember, the prime directive of non-interference. That's also in Star Trek. Now, depending on what's the right moment for each of us individually, we may get the contacts and the sightings, or we may not. Now, we were also told that that the Ascended Masters and all of the archangels and so on, they're here to assist us. Yes, yes, but we are here to assist them also, because they can't do this without us. How cool is that? Did you actually realize how important you are? Now, the revealings, as the Commander Ashtar says, are for those with eyes to see and ears to hear. So get on the business of decrystallizing those pineal glands. That's from me and my higher self, by the way, not Commander Ashtar. Also from us. The fluoride and the bromine and the other toxins and all the things we use are the culprits here. So do your research on how to detox and stay away from all that as best you can. And One Who Serves has also warned us about fluoride. Of course, you can skip over all of that, as One Who Serves says, by raising your vibration to what I'm going to call the kick butt range, where nothing can harm you. And of course, you want to bless everything you eat or everything that contacts your skin. You know, bless, 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 bless. So back to Ashtar. If you've been getting ready, you're likely to make first contact and hear the revealings and see the financial changes in the work. That's the RV. Yeah, woo! But be patient and chill and go with the flow. You know, be neutral with everything. They are standing by, ready to move on a moment's notice. Thank you, Commander Ashtar. You are the bomb. So that, by the way, is a good thing down here. And that was it for Commander Ashtar. So then we get to the channeling of One Who Serves. We love One Who Serves. One Who Serves are actually a conglomeration of individuals who are ascended masters from our own history. They walked the walk here on earth, and they ascended the hard way. They keep their own individual identities a secret to show this kind of oneness and humility. But after over 2 decades, James, our channeler, and all of us found out who was one of the One Who Serves individuals at our last advance. This was amazing. And I want to tell you, we were so humbled at the great historic icon who claims he is here to serve us. I mean, that is just, you know, I mean, it's just so moving. So sorry, but I'm not going to tell you who that particular individual was. You'll have to come to the advances to learn that. And by the way, all channelings come through our brother of light, James McConnell. And James has been doing this for over 25 years. And it takes a lot to get yourself out of the way and channel properly. So I do hear this to be the case. So God bless you, James, for your service. And I also want to say that sometimes James's wonderful wife, Joanna, chimes in with contributions from her higher self, Shoshana. So thanks to you, Joanna and Shoshana also. So how our calls work is we come on first and we have a sort of a group information sharing. You know, all we've seen or heard or experienced. And then James will channel some individuals, be it Sananda or Ashtar, Archangel Michael, or Mary Magdalene, Mother Mary. And then One Who Serves comes on with a little wrap-up and opens the floor for questions. So we get to actually ask questions of these amazing ascended beings who are living in the higher dimensions. How cool is that? So said from One Who Serves now. Don't worry. We are each exactly where we're meant to be. And if we know everything is being orchestrated, what's there really to worry about? If we worry, we're not being in that neutral state and allowing source to flow through us. And there is this old joke about where good things happen to this old man's son. And the old man says, well, could be good, could be bad. And then bad things happen to the old man's son. And the old man says, well, could be bad, could be good. And in the end, of course, the bad turns out to be good, and the good turns out to be bad. So for everything we see out there, just remember, could be good, could be bad. And just let it be, like the old Beatles song. You know, he says, one who serves says just to let it be, you know. Let it be, let it be, let it be, yeah, let it be. There will be an answer, let it be. And he says to go forward with no worries. Live long and prosper, as Fox says. And we're not far from meeting that Galactic Federation from Star Wars and being a true part of that really amazing prime directive of non-interference. What? But we human beings love to interfere, don't we? That's from me, the coach, by the way. It does look down here like we love to interfere with each other's lives, doesn't it? And I'm also guilty as charged, by the way. But the prime directive is something to really learn, isn't it? Because it does make a bit of a mess with things down here when we're all going about everybody else's business. So now we got to the question and answer section, and check it out. If you're seeing numbers and patterns like 555, 333, 1111, or 1010, anything like that, it's about being in sync with the universe and taking you to your next level. If you're aware of it, it's going to happen even more. So be aware and be alert. And the same is true for telepathy with human beings and even with animals. These are the gifts of spirit, gifts we once had, and they're coming back. So what's coming back? Well, telepathy is coming back, lifting objects off the ground with our minds, telekinesis, and the actual ability to fly like Superman. Come on! Get out of here. That's crazy, isn't it? But yes, we are told this is coming back to us. And we all wanted to be superheroes when we were kids, didn't we? Well, here we go. Now, also, if you see beings or light in the form of colors, as some of us may, me for instance, look out, because the colors are changing now. Because as we move up in frequency, we're seeing the magenta and the purple and the violet and more of the brilliance of color energies. Those energies are coming through. And energies, by the way, are increasing every day, day by day. Pretty soon, the past and the present and the future is all coming together in what is called the 0 point. Now, I'm not exactly sure what the 0 point is, but it's a really good question to ask the next time. We will be at the frequency to see those ships, by the way, which is what Ashtar also meant. This is what One Who Serves says. This is also what Ashtar meant by we have to come to them. They're not coming down to our frequencies. And who can blame them, right? They're living the high life of light and love and magic. So I wouldn't come down either. But check this out. If you have flashes of light in your sleep or your meditation, it's about raising your vibration. These flashes are sort of like the kundalini moving up your spine. That's pretty sexy stuff, by the way, the kundalini moving. But you got to do it slow at your body's pace. This is what I hear, and this is, what my higher self tells me as well. That's for our own well-being. So, we're going to be told by the normies, if you will, that all of this is just our imagination, this seeing of the flashes of light and whatnot. But we know it's actually the opening of the third eye. Woo! And how about that amazing R&R we're all supposed to get? You've heard of that, right? I know I've heard of that. Well, here's the thing. It's going to be like the vacation we always wanted, but 1,000 times better. Imagine soaring across the heavens into other solar systems, right? Never mind a cruise ship, right? I do a bit of soaring with my guides in the astral realm, and I can only imagine if I got my body going too. Wow. Now, listen, don't worry about forgetting people or events in your life. We will only start to forget what we don't wish to remember and whatever doesn't serve us. And we're going to remember those we love and the sweet times. And it's actually going to be less like forgetting and more like we just kind of awoke from a long kind of dream. And the dream is this life, and reality is the other. How crazy is that? But don't worry about anything because all of this is a very gradual process. Now, check this out. If you're traveling out of the body and your body starts moving around or hearing sounds or feeling things, this is a reminder. It's a reminder that visualization is actually real. It's the real thing. We actually are out of our bodies. So that's pretty cool. And here's a bit of the news you may not want to hear. We won't get that R&R until after the job is done here on Earth. After the formal contact. And we're not meaning the early contact with the Pleiadians for some of us, but after the formal contact, after the transition, and after Nasara is announced. Yep. Dang, because I had my bags all packed. I was ready to go. But we have to do the warrior and the worker part, and then we get to celebrate. Raise the roof, right? Woo, woo, woo! Here's some news too about finding and following your mission. Our personal mission, it changes and shifts all the time depending on what we're up to and how we shift and grow. So we all came here with a sort of blueprint and lots of sort of smaller goals. And we have say in that, and we get to choose, as our life goes along, where we're going to go, what we're going to do, what our mission will be. But about our group mission, and that's what the 144,000 of us came here to do, that mission doesn't change until we actually get the job done. Of course, there's free will, and we could back out, but many of our higher selves might have something to say about that. As the old margarine commercial used to say, it's not nice to fool your higher self. And that was from me, by the way, and not one who serves, because my higher self kicks my butt when I get off the path. And I'm really glad she does that, because in my heart, I want what my higher self wants, a world that works for everyone, right? Don't we all want that? So, and also, now to the next, have you been wondering, by the way, what the heck is a Kumara? As in Sananda Kumara, Sanat Kumara, and all that? Well, actually, it's not a last name. That's interesting. It's a title. It reflects back to Venus and the 7 flame lords, 2 of which are Sananda and Sanat. Now, these 2 amazing souls took on the job of bringing humanity forward, and they did it for the long haul until the job was done, and they're still doing it. Sananda even took the form of Yeshua, or Jesus, as many of us know him. And I have to sit there and wonder, too, if either of them ever thought to themselves, what the heck was I thinking? Right? What was I thinking? So Shoshana also told us through Joanna that Kumara is a designation of the attainment of an extremely high level of consciousness, like, say, the designation Buddha, for instance, or the designation Christ. By the way, if we seem to talk a lot about the males here, we're not dissing the powerful female energies of Lady Nada or Mary Magdalene or Mother Mary and the like. And if you want to talk about them, one who serves says, by all means, bring them up. And in fact, the female energy is coming back strong to the planet. I personally see it all the time as the female light colors, and it's bringing balance back to the planet. And this process is being assisted by the energy of many goddesses we don't even know of. Well, it's actually not surprising, because so many of us are goddesses here who have kind of stepped down our vibration. That's from my higher self, I just got that. So when someone says, who do you think you are, royalty, you can actually say, yes. But wait, by the way, till you hear this one. This is pretty interesting. There are no names in the higher dimension. I, for one, say, thank heaven. I hate trying to remember names. And I sometimes go into this kind of name PTSD when I have to do those stupid introductions at parties. Oh, I freeze, PTSD, by the way, is post-traumatic stress disorder. And that's a very serious disorder, I will say. So, but we like to interject a little levity. So in the higher vibration, there are no names. We know each other by our vibration. which is different for every one of us. You know, talk about every snowflake being different. Wow, isn't that amazing? Each and every one of us has a different vibration that's noticeable. How cool is that? Now here's something I actually myself wondered about. Why all of these highfalutin titles in the other dimension? I mean, isn't there supposed to be sort of like this humility? But one who serves says it's not about an ego-based recognition or raising someone higher than someone else. And that's a cabal kind of title. And that's these earth-based hierarchies. That's how they were created and originally set up by the cabal. So in the higher realms, it's not about that, but it is about designating a responsibility. So we know what certain individuals are responsible for. And we're told that in a position of command, for instance, respect is always given both ways. Respect is given commander to crew and crew to commander. And you know, that's a pretty good thing, because I've always said that we should pay the person in the Starbucks or the Dunkin' Donuts just as much as we pay the CEO. Because let's face it, if every coffee shop closed for a wage strike or something, it would actually disable the whole country, wouldn't it? Right? We need that coffee. Whereas if we lost the CEOs, you know, well, we might not even notice it. But I digress a little bit, and that may also be a judgment. So strike that from the record. So someone on the call also asked about a book called Revelatorium, and if that book is accurate. Now, one who serves didn't know about that, but Shoshana and Joanna said it is accurate for them due to their own personal heritage. And it is accurate for us if we resonate with it. And it's not accurate for us if we don't. So that's pretty cool, okay? And again, it's the looking back into the self. So I look forward to seeing you next time, unless, of course, I'm tooling around on a ship or somewhere in Agartha, in which case, you know, so bad, so sad. I mean, really. But I do send you all blessings, all love, and all light. And remember to love every minute of your life. That's how we really will accomplish this mission. And I, by the way, inside of that, I love this mission. Woo! Bye-bye, all. See you next time.